Welcome to toiletspares.com.au. Today we're going to look at the Roca flush valve and a Roca long button. There's a short button as well, but this is very similar, so I'll just do the long one today. So I'll show you how to fit them together and how to adjust up the valve so that everything works properly. Now if you have one of these in your cistern already, there's no need to remove the whole cistern. You can simply leave the old basket in place, providing that the seal's okay, which it should be. If it's not, you'll have to take the cistern off and replace this. But if the seal's okay, you can just remove the top from the bottom. That's very easy. We just untwist this anti-clockwise, looking at the top. It takes a fairly firm twist and then that lifts off. So if that's your old basket and your old valve, you take that off. You take your new top half of the valve, you put that on and you twist. Now it's just important to note here that when this is off, this piece here has little tongues, 4 little tongues around, and there's 4 little slots here. So when you drop this in, just make sure that those tongues match up. You can see that the little tongues match up with the little slots. It drops in there. Then these drop over the pegs and you twist that back clockwise. Bob's your uncle. Now if you fail to put those tongs into the pegs, this will go down and it won't twist, it won't go fully down. So make sure that those little pegs go in. That goes all the way down, twist, and it's in. That's all there is to it. While you have the top off the valve, just give the inside a clean with a rag with some soapy water and make sure that you've got a good seal on the top there. Now on this valve, the full flush is set by the height of the water, so that's determined by your inlet valve. Higher the water, the bigger the flush is going to be. With the half flush, however, that's set by this middle float here. So the higher the float, the less of a flush you're going to get. The further down you push that float, the bigger the half flush will be. So to adjust that, we simply twist the float anti-clockwise, looking down from the top. It's fairly stiff, but once you do that, it'll click, and then we can move this up or down and position it whichever way we want. And to lock it in, we just twist it back clockwise, and that fixes it in place. So now for the button. In your pack, you should have a bezel like this, 2 white pegs, a clear screwdriver, and a little black screw, and 2 buttons, a round and a crescent shape. So the first thing you need to do is to screw your pegs in. These are both exactly the same, so they should screw in no problem. If you have a problem getting it started, just use your fingernail or a blunt knife to just clean up the end of that thread and make sure that's clear. And that screws into the end there. Give it a firm twist, but not too hard. Screw the other one in as well. Give it a twist. Then you put the cistern lid on over that, and your button fits down over those pegs. Now the button will only go one way, so you can line it up by eye, and if your button is in the right way, it'll slide straight in. If it was in the wrong way, it just won't go in at all. So as you push that down, that will slide straight down into place, just with a little bit of a click. Then you can put your screw in. So your screw goes down into the middle, right into the middle of the button there. and you can tighten that up with a little screwdriver. If you want to go harder, you can put another screwdriver down there and use that to twist it, but I wouldn't recommend going too hard with it. If it's too loose, if it loosens off, you can always tighten it back up again, but if you screw it too tight, you could be in trouble. Once you've done that, now you can put your buttons in. So the first one to go in will be the round button, and that goes in over the peg. The crescent button will only go one way, so you have to figure that out first and then put your round one into the other hole. So it goes over the peg, the little piece there goes over the peg and just pushes down. Then your crescent goes over the other peg and it will also push in to the little hole. This extra piece goes into the little hole there. And you just push it straight in. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Now if you want to take the button out, you press down the round button and there's a little square hole there. You get a little screwdriver. While you hold that down, you'd flick out the other button. You can do it actually with your fingernail. And then you take out the round button. It just pops off. Unscrew the screw and your button will come straight out. Your cistern lid lifts off. And that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to look us up on toiletspares.com.au. We've got the long rocker buttons, we've got the short rocker buttons, and we've got the rocker valves. Just order them online and we'll get them out to you straight away. Thank you.